Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We continue on the flowering plant Angiosperm. So flowering plant, or also called as Angiosperm, okay, there is only one phylum, phylum Anthophyta, the most successful plant today. Okay, kenapa dia katakan successful plant? Okay, yang pertama, dia mempunyai dua reproductive structure, iaitu flowers and fruit. The function of the flower is actually to ensure pollination, and the flower also provide protection for the ovule and developing embryo inside a receptacle. Meanwhile, the function of the fruit is to ensure the seed dispersal. That's why the flowering plant, okay, is known as the most successful plant today. So this plant, they adapted most habitat and are Earth's dominant plant. The variety of sizes is wide and the form also wide, from herbaceous. Herbaceous is tanaman herba ataupun non-woody plant, to massive. Vascular plant that reproduce sexually by forming flowers. After a unique double fertilization process, they produce seed within the fruit. The fruit protects the developing seed and often aids their dispersal. So this plant also possess efficient water conducting and sugar conducting cell, and it is extremely important to human. Kenapa? Okay, yang pertama, okay, it is the most economical important group of green plant, and it can serve as a source of pharmaceuticals, fiber products, timber for ornamentals, and also other commercial products. So that is the importance of this group of towards women. Yang lain-lain awak boleh search. Okay, so Angiosperm divided into monocots and dicots. Monocots is monocotyledon, dicots is dicotyledon. So this phylum divided into two classes, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. The monocots include palms, grasses, orchids, iris, onions, lilies. Dicot class include oaks, roses, mustard, cacti, blueberries and sunflowers. Okay, the dicots are more diverse and include many more species, about plus minus 107,000 compared to the monocots. So this is an example of the Angiosperm. Okay, semua tumbuhan berbunga dan berbuah kita panggil Angiosperm. So this is the structure, okay, of the idealized flower. Okay, this is the ovule. Okay, ovule. Okay, and then followed by the style, and stigma. Okay, stigma ni tempat pollination berlaku. Okay, and for the male, we have stamen. Stamen consists of filament and the anther. Okay, and then the attractive part of the plant is the petal, and we have sepal. Okay, two sepal here. Okay, and then this is the receptacle, just directly underneath the ovule. Okay, and then this is stem. Okay, batang dia. So this one you have remember what is the female structure of the Angiosperm and the male structure of the Angiosperm. Okay. Okay, this is the Arabidopsis thaliana. Okay, flower. Okay, kalau kita buat research berkaitan dengan plant, kita nak test genetik ke ataupun nak test something towards plant, nak buat test, kita akan buat pada Arabidopsis thaliana dulu. Okay, so this Arabidopsis, it became an essential model plant for plant scientists disebabkan availability of various information yang ada pada pokok ini. Okay, various information tu include the whole genome sequence. Whole genome maksudnya keseluruhan DNA dia. Maksudnya pokok ni DNA dia complete dan boleh mewakili semua tumbuhan yang ada atas bumi. Okay, and then the molecular genetic markers. Okay, setiap markers yang ada, contoh chloroplast, mitochondria, marker-marker jin-jin yang dibawa oleh tumbuhan-tumbuhan lain, semua ada pada Arabidopsis thaliana. That's why this plant became a model plant for research purpose. Okay, jadi awak belajar kat sini apa yang ada pada Arabidopsis. Okay, kita tengok dekat sini dia ada 2 petals, okay, 2 sepals, okay, and then structure dia semua sama macam yang lain. Dia ada stamen, dia ada pistil, okay, and then dia ada receptacle sama macam tumbuhan lain. Okay, so this is the feature of the monocot and eudicots ataupun dicots. Okay, distinguishing features of dicots and monocots. Okay, the flower parts, the pollen grains, the leaf venation. Okay, vascular bundles. Vascular bundles is the xylem and phloem, ya. Okay. So, dia punya arrangement of vascular bundle adakah macam mana? Kalau arrange in cycle, so ni batang dia di dalam bentuk bulat. Biasa kita tengok kan. Kalau scattered, dia bersepah-sepah. Okay, dan satu ni, sini saya dia tak berbentuk circle lah. Dia bersepah-sepah. Okay. Roots, taproot or fibrous seed. Okay, ni semua karakter awak kena tahulah. Okay, awak pun dah pernah belajar sebelum ni perbezaan dicots and monocots. Now we go into the life cycle. The flowers are the reproductive shoot. Okay, usually composed of 4 parts. The sepal, the petal, the stamen and carpels. These arranged in whorl, okay, dalam spiral ataupun dalam bulatan. Okay, at the end of flower stalk. Flower stalk is named peduncle. The tip of peduncle enlarged to form a receptacle that bear the flower part. So this one awak tengok pada gambar rajah tadi, ada gambar rajah kan, gambar pokok yang mana structure dia. Okay, so bila baca, make sure diagram ada dekat sebelah so that awak boleh faham dengan lebih cepat. Sepal make up the lowermost and outermost whorl on the floral shoot, leaf-like in appearance and always green. The sepal cover and protect the other flower part when the flower is bud. So this is the function of sepal. The collective term for all sepal is calyx. Okay, kalau sepal tu ni ialah bunga. Okay, sepal ni bawah dia. Biasanya ada 2. Tapi kalau ada setengah pokok dia ada 4 So collection of the sepal kita panggil calyx. Okay. The whorl above the sepal is petal. So atas ni ialah kelopak bunga lah. Okay. Okay. The which are broad, flat and thin, but vary in shape and frequently brightly coloured. Okay. The petals are referred to collectively as the corolla. It means, okay, all petals together we name as corolla. Inside the petal is stamen. Stamen composed of thin stalk that called filament and a sac-like anther. So these two, okay, are the male part for the pollination. In anther, meiosis occurs to form microspore that develop into pollen grains. Each pollen grain they produce 2 cells. One is the generative cell that will divide to form 2 male gametes. Another will form a tube cell that will produce the pollen tube. Female part of flower is referred to a pistil. So we call the female part is pistil. So each pistil they have 3 sections. Okay, a stigma, which the pollen grain land, a style, which is the neckline. Okay, the neck structure which the pollen tube will grow inside it, and the ovary which contain 1 or more ovules. It can be more than 1 ovule. So following fertilization, the ovule develop into a seed and the ovary will become the fruit. Okay, so when the fertilization happen, the ovule will develop into seed and the ovary later will become the fruit that we eaten. So the flowering plant, they are heterosporous because they produce 2 kinds of spore, the microspore and the megaspore. Microspore that will form the pollen grain, okay, which belong to the male. Megaspore that will develop into seed, okay, and this belong to female. Each young ovule within the ovary, they contains a megasporocyte. Okay, this megasporocyte is actually a megaspore mother cell that will undergo meiosis to produce 4 haploid megaspore. So remember, inside the ovule, there is 1 megasporocyte. Inside the megasporocyte is a megaspore mother cell. So this megaspore mother cell will undergo meiosis to form 4 4 haploid megaspore. So from the 4, 3 will be disintegrate, okay, diminish, okay, and only 1 will divide mitotically, okay. This one will undergo mitosis to become the embryo sac, okay, with 8 cells. So this one will form into the egg cell, okay, with 2 polar nuclei. The other 5 have no functions, okay? So from one cell they will do the mitosis, okay, repeatedly to form the embryo sac with 8 cells, okay. So this 8 cell consists of 1 egg, 2 polar nuclei, and the other 5 have no function. When the anther sac split open, so remember this anther belong to male, so it split open to disperse the pollen, okay. So when it split open, the pollen of course will be transferred to the stigma by a medium, okay, either by wind, by water, or also by insect. So the pollen grain germinate, okay. When it land on the stigma, it start to germinate. The tube cell will form, okay, a pollen tube that grow through the style of the ovary. The next, the generative cell divide to form 2 non-motile sperm. Both sperm are involved in fertilization. One sperm cell fuse with the egg, that forming a zygote, and another will fuse with a polar nuclei to form the endosperm. So this endosperm, the function is to provide the zygote with the nutrition. So this process, which involves 2 separate nuclear fusion, is called double fertilization. Why it is double? Okay, because one sperm will fertilize the egg, forming a zygote. Meanwhile, the other sperm, okay, will fuse with a polar nuclei and form the endosperm. That's why it is called double fertilization. So note on this double fertilization process, it is very important for flowering plant, and it is unique because it happened to flowering plant only. Okay, as a result, fertilization, the growth and development, each seed will contain a young plant embryo and nutritive tissue, both surrounded by the seed coat, also known as testa. As the seed develop from ovule, the ovary wall that's surrounding it, okay, so this is seed. So we have the ovary wall, okay. So this become the seed, the ovary will become the fruit, okay. The ovary wall that's surrounding it enlarge and develop into fruit. So the purpose of fruit, okay. So what are the purpose of fruit? So this fruit actually it protect the developing seed from desiccation as they grow and mature, and it also aid in the dispersal of seed, okay, because when animal or when human eat the food, okay, and then the seed will be thrown away. So this is a method or a way to disperse the seed to other places, okay. Once a seed land in suitable place, it will germinate and develop into major sporophyte. Okay, major sporophyte refer to the mature plant, mature plant that are able to produce gamete, okay, gamete or spores, okay, semua ni kita panggil sporophyte. So into major sporophyte that produce flowers, and the life cycle continues again. So that is the life cycle of flowering plant. You must remember what happened in female gametophyte and what happened in the male gametophyte. The process, okay, how the pollen grain fertilize the female gametophyte. So this is very important for flowering plant. Okay, this is an example of the microspore. Okay, so this microspore is belong to male. Okay, male gamete. Okay, this one is the mature pollen. Okay, at the right image is the mature pollen. Okay, if you can see the pollen, the size is more bigger, and then it has 2 nucleus. Okay, the one will fertilize the egg, the other one will fertilize the form the endosperm. Okay, so this is the lily megasporophyte. Okay, megasporocyte. Okay, the female gamete, and this is the lily megaspores. Okay, if you can see in lily megaspore, okay, there are 4 cells. Okay, remember megasporocyte, it contains 1 megaspore mother cell. So this megaspore mother cell will undergo meiosis to form 4 megaspore. So the second picture, they show the 4 cells that produced after the meiosis. Only one is survive, the other 3 will disintegrate or disappear. So this one, okay, 1 megaspore, okay, yang selamat tadi, so dia akan melakukan mitosis. Dia akan melakukan mitosis sehingga terbentuk 8 sel. Daripada 8 sel ini, satu ialah egg cell. Okay, and then ada 2 lagi sel, dan juga another 5 is unused cell. Okay, yang tidak digunakan dan akan diintegrate juga. This is the life cycle of angiosperm. So you can read, okay, from number 1 until number 7. Okay, so that is the chronology of the process. Okay, so that's it for the angiosperm. Okay, thank you.